Hello everybody and welcome. On today's episode I just thought I'd show you kind of a day on the farm. So there's lots of little bits of different things that we're going to be doing today. And when I say day, really, it started about 7 in the morning and we finished now for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In fact, it's 3:15 in the afternoon and I left the plot about 2 hours ago. So yeah, first of all, we're going to be looking at the mice situation, or the mouse situation, and how to humanely trap and release those little critters, because they're just living their lives, aren't they? You know, they're not sent by the devil like the slugs are sent by the devil, and the pigeons. The mice aren't. So you'll see that. And then we're going to be looking at a little bit of titivation in Tiki Tunnel 2. I'll show you which flower seeds, some of the flower seeds, the blossoms that we're going to be doing this year, the sort of bee friendly and pollinator friendly seeds that we're going to be sowing this weekend. Also a bit of a catch up on the plots, take a look around and see what we've got growing on at the moment, and yeah, just a general potter. But I hope you enjoy it. If you do like what we do, please comment, like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And don't forget to hit that bell notification button. Share it as well on social media because that really helps us out with the growing revolution. All right, boys and girls. So yeah, we'll catch you later on, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm. As you may or may not know, we have had some issues with rodents in the form of mice. Because we're kind-hearted and we believe in live and let live, we don't want to kill them. So we think we've come up with a solution to humanely trap and thus then release the pesky little mices. Alright, let's take a look. So we just typed in humane mouse trap, and you can get 2 there for $12.99. The mouse comes in through the front door and gets to the food at the back, and then this is a pressure plate. I'm guessing that'll trigger off the door trap. Right, we're going to get them anyway. We're going to give them a whirl. Alright, it came, and this is it. Yeah, so he goes in through the front door. We're going to put some bait in at the back and see how it gets on that. It comes through the front door, triggers the pressure plate, hopefully, and gets trapped inside without actually harming the mouse. Right. Let's go for it. I'm going to bait it up with some grain. Stick the grain at the back and then let it hunt for it, hopefully, and catch a mouse. And this is the result. Look at him staring out. Inspiration point. Anyway, I'm going to be setting them free up there, but that trap we were looking at earlier, as you can see, has caught two little mice, and it humanely catches them, and I mean they're just waiting, enjoying the view. These two. Cute, aren't they? They're cute little things. Anyway, I'm going to set them free into the woods over there, so hopefully they'll be fine out there. Oh, walking into a tree. Right, where should we put you? Put you there, eh? You can get into two. Oh, got a different direction. Alright, so there we go. Now we're nowhere near any houses or anything. The nearest house is about 1/4 of a mile away, but it's a woodland spot. Quite nice. Yeah, I mean, they're wild creatures, aren't they? So release them back into the wild. They should be able to fend for themselves. They only come into your house because they get disturbed, and it's warm, or there's a ready source of food in there and everything. They'll find a way in. If you've got mice near where you live, they'll find a way into your house, and that's what's happened with ours. So we're going to humanely get rid of them. Right, catch you later. Cute little things, aren't they? Dormice. I think they're dormice. Big heads. But yeah, that was a mating pair by the look of it. Like a Minnie and Mickey. Anyway, enough about the measly Mises. Let's get up to the plots and see Brother Beelo and see what he's up to. Alright, catch you in a bit. Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. I'm rapidly running out of seedling space inside the big polytunnel. I've not run out, but I'm about 2/3 of the way through filling all the space for my seedlings. So, well, I'll show you. That's chock-a-block now, that. So inside the polytunnel, we've got a coal frame. And as you can see, we started these off, I think it was last week. 9th of the 3rd. So yeah, they've been in now for 11 days, and they're the brassicas that are coming through there. We've got the cabbage, the cauliflower, and we've got some calabrese over there. They're bursting through. Everything hopefully should be coming through pretty soon. We've got the onions and shallots in there. I've got some more shallots there that I've taken out from that propagator. But inside that propagator, I've actually started off some sweet corn today as well. Gold Crest F1. Obviously you can't see it at the moment, but in each one of those pots there's four kernels of corn that have gone into there. So altogether we've got 60 potentially. I only need 48, but I've put 60 in just in case we have some failures and stuff. And there's some overwintering bits and bobs too. Got the sweet peas there. Excusez-moi, boys and girls. Trying to do it one-handed here and it's not working. So, yeah, I've got some more peas in there. Eddie peas in there. Got some rocket, some wild rocket that's been overwintered there. Same with the spring onions. They've overwintered inside here. Yeah, got all my seed potatoes there as well. But I'm running out of space. So what I need to do is, I've only got this little area left. So, we're utilising the Lady Farmer's greenhouse, or the Lady Farmer's polytunnel. Cheeky tunnel too. So yeah, found some scrap wood, and that's Rocky up at the top. Banging away, right. So we've got some scrap wood, made a simple frame there. And yeah, it's all level and stuff. Made sure it was all level. Should be that right level that way as well. And onto that, we need to obviously fill those gaps, because if you put pots and stuff on there, they're just going to fall through, aren't they? So there's method in my madness where we're using these. Obviously these will need a clean, but go on, get on the bugger. Excuse the camera work. They go on there. Like so, and that's the surface for your table then. So that the watering trays become your actual table. They're braced enough and they're hanging on enough to be fine. They're not going to fall through the holes. So that's essentially a table. And as we've just seen, it's all straight and level. So yeah, just trying to utilise some space. And it's temporary, that you can obviously unscrew it and take it away once you're ready. I mean, that literally, even with the cuts, that literally took me 10 minutes to make that. So that wasn't too big of a deal at all. It's going to be a lot less time because there's no cutting involved and measuring and, you know, levelling up and what have you. To take that to pieces, probably 2 minutes to take it to pieces. I've got about 12 screws I'll have to unscrew, and then that can come out of the way. Although, potentially, might not even need to do that. If I'm doing tomatoes or cucumbers, I can get a plant there, plant there, plant there, plant there, and they can just grow up through the gap, can't they? It'll help to contain them, I suppose, if I wanted to. But as I say, otherwise it'll just be a matter of unscrewing maybe 15 screws, and that's not going to take me a minute. Doesn't have to be Chippendale fine carpentry, does it? We're not cabinet making. It's got to be fit for purpose. Right, I've been tidying up as well, and I've got a car full of stuff. But I'm going to start some flowers off, I think, as well. I'll show you which flowers we're going to be doing. All for the bees and the pollinators. And there we are. They look lovely. I hope they all come through like that, don't they? Echinacea, purple cornflower, is a perennial, which means it should come back next year if we plant those. Die off at the end of July or whatever, into August, and then come back next year. You can see the little bee on. Royal Horticultural Society, excellent for the pollinators. That's the whole idea. We want the pollinators to be well fed. Calendula, 2 different types there. Playtime mix, an award-winning mixture, fun and easy to grow. We're going to get the kids to do that when they come down tomorrow. Art Shades Mixed Calendula there, colourful, cottage garden favourite. Jelly beans, these are all like fun, pretty little flowers for the kids and for the missus, really. Yeah. I'm gonna sort of destroy that word. What is it now? Eschscholzia? Eschscholzia? Cornflower, a classic romantic, but we've got the jelly beans, Eschscholzia. Art Shades mix of calendula, the playtime mix, the purple cornflower, and the classic romantic. Now, most of those you can broadcast the seeds, i.e. just scatter the seeds, and they should come up. You know, just rake the soil, get it flat, rake it, so there's a few shallow drills knocking around, and then the seeds will naturally find the settle point and sort themselves out, really. But with this one, you do sow them. Sow in pots or trays in a greenhouse at 18 to 21C. So if I put those inside a propagator inside the polytunnel, they should be okay. Lightly cover seed with vermiculite and keep the soil slightly moist, but not wet. What to do next? Transplant into 7.5 centimetre or 3-inch pots, and then 6 weeks after germination, plant outside at 1 foot spacings. Deadhead regularly to ensure continual flower production. It's excellent for borders and for meadows. They look nice, don't they? But it's all for the bees, this. It's all for the pollinators, the hoverflies, butterflies, bees. Look after them and they'll look after you. Joe always has a lovely display. The wise old elf next door. Playtime mix. Let's see what that one says. This exciting mix won the Floro Select Award because of its consistent quality, the result of breeders playing with a number of different crosses, providing a stunning mix of single, semi, double and double blossoms. A variety of bright pastel and buff colours adds extra interest to borders. And that again is an annual. That'll come back as well, hardy annual. A hardy annual. Alright, hardy annual, yeah, not a perennial. So yeah. harvest the seeds hopefully from them, and then we'll sow them again next year. Yeah, you do sow them direct. You don't pot them on like you do with the Echinacea. Also can be sown direct in September to give a fine display in early spring. Again, you can deader them to produce more blossoms. These will be the same sort of a story. Let's see what these are like. The jelly bean. Yeah, sow direct. What to do next? Plants do not require transplanting. Simply thin out the seeds to stop overcrowding. Perfect flower for children, easy to grow. Youngsters love to pick off the green pixie hats just before the flowers open. So there's another one for kids. So we've got that one and this one. I think these are really nice. These are going to be for cut flowers as well, to take them back home and brighten up the house. Again, extremely easy to grow. Cornflower Classic Romantic, delightful mixture of charming pink and pretty rosy and red shades, ranging from light pink to red. An ideal choice for cut flowers, fresh or dried. Shallow drills in a weed-free flowering site. Just rake it into the surface and create an eye-catching mass display. Can be shown in sheltered position in September for an early spring flowering. Sown, sorry. Not be transplanted, yeah, just thin if you get overcrowding. Regular cutting of flowers promotes new growth all summer long. June through August. Ah, nice those, aren't they? I guess they are there. I'll tell you what I've not checked my flower bulb lasagna. Let's go and take a look at those. Well, would you look at those? Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're all coming up. If you're a long time viewer, you'll remember when we actually planted these out. That was in November, I want to say, last year. And we did them as what's called a lasagna. So there are about 5 different types of flower bulbs in there, set at different depths within the bucket. And the idea is it's like a display that goes all through spring and into summer, where different blooms and blossoms are coming up all the time. So obviously we've got the narcissus, and we've got tulips. There's a type of tulip gone in there. There's narcissus. I'll have to check back actually and look at the old video. I can't remember exactly what I've planted in there. But daffodils, yeah. The small daffodil-like narcissus are in there. You can see the flower heads are actually developing on these. It won't be long now. I'd say, what, another couple of weeks and they'll be coming through. They'll be blooming. Cushy. As is the front flower bed. That's where we've got our tulips. They'll have divided from last year and get more covered. These are clean out in a weed though, this. Definitely. There's a lot of cleaning up and stuff I'm going to be doing this weekend. The lady farmer's coming down tomorrow. Because we've not had a warning, but we've had a polite notice to say you need to get tidy again from the committee, the plot inspectors. So yeah, that needs to. Well, I've already started it. I've filled the car already. But yeah, we're going to be cracking on with that, doing a lot of weeding tomorrow and prepping, ground prepping, because it won't be long now. Probably about another 4 weeks before we seriously start planting out, and then about 4 to 8 weeks after that we'll be cropping for days. Let's take a look at the ones that we've overwintered. Now that's overwintered purple sprouting broccoli. Do you remember it from a couple of weeks ago? It was about half the size of that. And I added in the nettle feed, liquid feed. And it's coming on a treat. Might need to top the water up in that one. That one's okay-ish. Might need to top the water up in that one, in that slug fort at the back. And I may need to put some more salt in the bottom tray. In fact, I will. This one's not a slug fort, it's just a tray, but it's not really slug season at the moment, so we might get away with it. And there's our winter boar kale, which again is doing, it's probably 2 or 3 times the size that it was a fortnight ago, the last time I came in here. And before we actually did Tiki Tunnel 2 and finished it off and put the sheeting on, which was around a fortnight ago, in here were the 6 pointed cabbages, spring cabbages, which I put in to the new lady farmer's tunnel. And that's how they're looking now. They've filled out a lot as well. They've doubled in size really over the last couple of weeks, these brassicas. Yeah, pointed spring cabbage, that. And the kids have been coming in, as you can see. It looks like a were rabbit has been in here, because the kids have been coming in and they've been pulling leaves. I bet they've pulled about 3 or 4 leaves off that every time they've come down, the flaming monkeys, off these. But they're still surviving and thriving, and the colour is a really nice rich deep green colour, or mid green colour with these ones. And they're heading up, starting to heart up rather, into actual pointy cabbages. So I reckon about another 3 or 4 weeks of that, maybe one more feed, get some more of the nettle tea in it, and they'll be ready. They should be ready, those. Mid-April, ready for harvesting. 30 Casablanca garlics there, in the space that's around about 4 feet by 3 feet. I could have probably got away with putting even more in, actually, closer spaced. That's where all our beets and chard was, down there. Most of it's over now, it's gone and been done. We pickled some of the beets the other week, the overwintered stuff. Now that's the elephant garlic that originally for about 6 weeks I was worried about, because it didn't show its face for about 6 weeks. I planted that about 2 or 3 inches below the surface. The 7 that I planted, and they've all come through, as you can see there. It's actually part of the leek family, elephant garlic, although it does have that garlic flavour. It's like a cross between garlic and leek. In Brad's cage over there, again, we've got the onions and garlic. So I need to do a lot more cleaning up and weeding around here. But it's getting a bit warmer now, so hopefully we can do that. But there's 6 buckets in there of a mixture of onion and leek, and I think it was the Sensu overwintering onions, and again the Casablanca in this cage. But we just put them into the Tesco bucket, so we've left them 6 to a bucket, and they're all right. They're still living. Now they're going to be about another couple of months, really, 2 to 3 months, really. I'm guessing we're going to get into June before the harvest on those. But you never know, they might be ready earlier than that. Depends on the weather. Loads more onions over there. That's all onions in that bed. There's over 100 in there. I think it's all onions. I did know, but all the tickets have flaming blown away in the wind that we've had. But yeah, this is one of the covered, usually a brassica bed. And it may well be a brassica bed again this year, because I don't think we've got the issue, or I believe last year we didn't have the issue with the club root. So that's probably going to be, here's a mate, it's turned up. Looking for something for your tea, aren't you, you cheeky get? In there. Those are going to be for potatoes. These are the berry beds. Summer and autumn berries and fruits. We're going to be clearing out the strawberry beds down there as well and getting them sorted out. We're only going to be potentially having that one big bed, and then the ones down there we're not going to bother with. We're going to plant something different in that bed. But all around the tiki hut, we're going to have strawberry planters, hanging basket type of things. There's the daffs. First of the daffs. I hadn't seen those either. They're new. In the hedgerow there, the daffs. Oh, that's cool. And I really need to tidy up. It's a right midden. What's that? Any ideas? Comfrey, that. The magic comfrey. And since we transplanted that plant in there, which was at the beginning of last year, it was a very small one, probably about a quarter the size of that. And it's come on leaps and bounds, and we chopped it right back and took all the leaves off and made our comfrey tea with that last year. It just keeps coming and coming and giving and giving. It's great, that. Got some more of it up at the top there as well. Some more wild stuff. Wild comfrey you can get down the lane here. That's where I got mine from. You've just got to know what you're looking for. Yeah, it all needs a flaming good weeding and a good sorting out. Got all that timber up there. Those old beds are up there. Need to sort out the lady farmer's greenhouse as well and make that good. Painting to be done. You're never stuck for a job. You are seriously never stuck for a job. There's always something to do on an allotment plot. But it's a cracking hobby. It's more of a way of life, really, isn't it? For us it is. We're getting all sustainable and eco-friendly. And the idea is, in the end, we're going to be completely organic. Now tomorrow, I'm going to be responding to Ryan. It's a little dirt never hurts. Because the other day, and it probably was a bit silly of me really, I said growing potatoes for free in growing potatoes in buckets for free. Well, the buckets were free, but the full process of the potato growing it wasn't free. But I am going to try tomorrow and do that. Do an experiment in growing for free. I'm going to do 3 buckets with potatoes in, where everything that we use was free. Alright, you're thinking, well, how's he going to do that? Well, we've got some potatoes that were the shop-bought potatoes. Shop-bought white potatoes, not even sure what they are. Not a clue. That have already sprouted. And they're turning green. So we're not going to eat them. They would just normally be thrown out. Okay. So that's our seeds. We're going to be going around collecting molehills. Molehills, that is. That's molehills. I've got some well-rotted manure that didn't cost us a brass farthing as well. And that's going to be sort of the nutrition that will be added into the molehills. And also a bit of leaf mulch that we're going to collect from the woods at the back there. Just forest floor scrapings. And that's going to be our mix that we're going to be adding in to the buckets with the seed potato. And the buckets were totally free from Tesco's. So Ryan, my little Canuck, it will be absolutely free. We will be growing potatoes, fingers crossed, for free, totally free. But that's going to be tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed our little mini tour. I'm just staring at me planting framework there, my table. If you like what you see, please come and join us and become part of our little family. Because that's what we're trying to do as a community, really. We're trying to learn from each other and grow. We encourage everybody to have a go at growing their own on whatever scale you can manage. At least grow something. Not just edibles as well. Flowering stuff. You can actually get edible flowers. Look into that. Do some research. We hope that we inspire you to get involved and to do stuff for yourselves and get into the hobby. Yeah? Okay, boys and girls. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Don't drink too much. It's Saturday night tonight and you've got to be up for the plots in the morning. So keep growing with your heads down. And if you're not already growing with your heads down, start growing with your heads down. And we'll help you through that process, hopefully, over the next season. All right. Bye-bye now. Love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow for more fun and japes down here in Eden, the little farmer's farm, with me, Guru Offender. Bye-bye now, boys and girls. See you later.